Yeah, nothing like sitting in the little balcony and watching the horizons and my little watchtower, I guess. Not too bad of a view, but I mean, I don't know, maybe one day it'll be better. Ugh, golly. I've been thinking about what even is this server about, just is this a server? Is this not a server? It feels real, but also like I know it's a server. I don't know, I feel replenished in a way, but not really because I know that wasn't real food. But weird feeling. Feel like it's getting changed, but I feel like ever since I upgraded my house, things have been pretty decent. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff I get, I didn't really get. I just kind of got given as a gift, but these little watchtowers with the snow golems, they work pretty nice, if I do say so myself. It's been a little bit since I've seen the others, like see there's Crab, Omega, Game, and I think that's it. Hopefully. One of my lodestones. Hello, fellow lodestone. Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. Things have been working pretty well though, if I do say so myself. I've started up an entire I guess you could say a sort of business in a way, and I feel like it's working pretty well. I don't exactly know how well it works, or I haven't even showed anyone else my business proposal, but what's wrong with me? Maybe in a way, this stuff shouldn't be possible with the kind of progress the entire world server's going in, but I don't know. I'm not the most powerful one in this server. Definitely not the least powerful, but not the most powerful. You can have control in many different ways. That doesn't mean resources or skilled at PvP or the way I see it, I feel like power isn't control. It's just staying in line more than others. And the way I see it is that control is expanding. You expand everywhere. People know who you are. People know what you do. You do good stuff. That's power because you know who you are. You don't have to be good at anything because people won't want to mess with you at all. I've started my apple oceaning company. In a way, it's combining apple, sugar, and a few mixed chemicals to create a sort of, I don't want to say potion, not really potion, but it's also a drink. I don't know where I got these posters from, don't ask. Of course, we got some extra stuff. This is some armor that I am not supposed to ever use, but just in case. But over here, we got barrels full of shulker boxes, and those shulker boxes are full of apples. So I have an estimate number of how many are in here, but I'd prefer not to say. Point is, it's a lot of goddamn apples. I don't know. I feel like expanding it has truly made me feel protected in a lot of ways. So I definitely don't have to worry. Back to my company, or not really company, it's more of a side business, but these apples, I've discovered if you like chemicalize them, is that even a word? I don't know. But if you chemicalize them, then basically you can morph them combined with high processed sugar. You combine the sugar also, drizzle them together with some extra side effect potions to make sure they work very well together. And they create this effect that, it does make you nauseous, but it creates regeneration and a bit of speed also. So, but if I keep developing these chemicals, I should be able to morph them to where it doesn't even get you nauseous. It could get you just power, and imagine that. And I could propose this to the others, the other three. There's only four of us that I know of, but I propose this, and I could help. Could be of service. I've already set up a warehouse over there. I should probably go check that. Oh, that hurt. Ow. God. Yeah, I need to put my armor on. There we are. Not too far, but I didn't really put that much security besides these things against mobs, but holy crap, that is really red. That's authorized personnel. And here we are. It's not the biggest company, or god damn it, warehouse. Not the biggest warehouse, but basically it grinds the sugar together, grinds the cane, and we got a lot of it. As you can see, we got both sides completely filled to the brim, and works amazing, actually. We got some powder over here, some crushed powder sugar in here, just in case. Don't sniff it though; it's really high processed, and you'll probably. And then here we got some trees where we harvest the apples. I say we like this is multiple thing, but no, it's just me. These water are carefully dripped onto the stems to grow apples more efficiently, but of course it's kind of slow, and we only have these barrels of apples so far, but these aren't actually, I'm not too worried about that because the other apples I've gotten were from another friend called Game on our little server, little world server, and he gave me them. I don't know what I did, but I did something, and he gave me them. And like most of my instincts, I probably should have used them to my advantage and grow, but no, I decided to multiply them, multiply what seemed to be thousands of apples into millions. And that's why I started that little potion making company thingy. God damn, I keep calling it a company. It's not a company, it's a business. Apples are insanely good, and I don't think anybody realizes how much of a good supply they really are. They are highly good. They have a lot of energy, a lot of nutrients, and I feel like orbiting or expanding these little apple things, I can make them even more powerful. However, the closest thing I got to making this is the best prototype I got. I mean, I went through thousands of prototypes, or probably not thousands, but metaphor. I went through a lot, and this is the best thing I could create. A little thing called Malice Remedy. I don't know if that's how you say it, but as you could see the potion effects, the things, but that was kind of required in making this. However, because of this, it creates a little disorient effect. Obviously, I get kind of, I get kind of dizzy, but it's a little bit speed and and regeneration. So I'm healing pretty good. Oh god, that is no very strong, so I don't overdo it. But it's also a very pleasant feeling. Oh help. But it is very strong, but very valuable. And if I keep manipulating these little potions, I also have a splash potion, just in case. I don't know what I would need that for. Just in case. But if I keep manipulating these and keep changing their chemical compounds, I could basically recreate a god potion. One thing that's also been on my mind is these are just normal apples. Imagine what a golden apple could do, or even an enchanted golden apple. However, these aren't the only apples I have options for. But there is this little apple that a little friend game, he gave me it, and I gotta say, it was the most powerful structural. I don't know what I'm saying, but it was the best apple ever. It made you float, it gave you powers, it made you like almost invincible. But I don't have any more of those. He only has them, and I don't know how, but if I could find a way to get a hand on one of those apples and chemically correct them or improve them, then imagine the amount of power, the amount of effects I could do. I could become practically immortal. I could never die because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So an apple a day keeps the death away. Like, what the hell up, right? I could sell these, and they could um, they could buy them. They could buy them, and they could essentially, they could grow. I gotta stop saying essentially to act like I'm smart. I'm not smart. These could grow. I give them to the other people. They give me resources. Eventually, if I can convince a game to give me one of those apples, it's endgame. My little lab that I have down there. I don't really want to go down there and find it. I mean, I know where it is, but I don't need to go see it right now. It's how I make these. I could expand that also, and once I expand, I'll have power. I'll have enough to not completely fall under other people's hands or controls or whatever, but I'll be good enough to survive. That's what I want. It's a dangerous world, not from people, but from mobs and what this place could turn into. But I think a little improvement, I could become very, very strong. And I don't think anyone will be able to kill me. I've always felt like I was made to be killed and then be forgotten, but that's crazy. It's like there's some sort of code inside me that's written me to be defensive, to be careless, to be just not what I know I could be. And I don't know what that means. It just feels like everything in this world seems wrong. It seems misplaced and misguided and just, it doesn't make sense. And it's like this life is normal. It's like I was always meant to grow up and be this, what I am now, but I never grew up. I don't remember growing up. I don't remember being a child. I remember this. I remember getting here, meeting people, meeting things, nothing else. Ow. What's wrong with me? Fuck you. It should have been the crab that won. I feel like they were given to me. I feel like I was put here for a reason, and I don't know what that is or why I'm even here. But I think there's something more to this that I'm just beyond my comprehension. Like, there is something out there. There is something else that is not making me remember what's going on. But I don't know what it is. And I feel like the others might know. So I think with this potion company, I could grow them. I could grow it. I can get their trust. I can gain more power. And then I might be able to find out. Or even then they can tell me what the hell's going on, because they have to know something. I feel like they've been distant. They've been putting away something for a long, long time. In one way or another, I will figure it out. And whether that be through the potions or through whatever, there will be a time. But that is for a much later time. Right now, my main goal is to expand and present my business, my potions to them. Maybe they'll finally see how much I can be worth. I'm breaking out of whatever code made me, and I don't know if that's metaphorical, but it could be. This world seems more than just a world. It can be so much more. But of course, there are some things I don't know, and if I want to succeed, I'll have to, learn. That's copyright. For now, I'll just expand, work on my potions, and when I see one of them again, I'll show them it. Because that's it for now. Or whatever, or whomever is hearing me out there. Guess it's time I just make some potions.